Just two little boys walking down a dusty lane. They came upon this old white house with broken window panes. The paint was faded and the shine was gone. The grass had grown so high. Still they made their little feet go inside. They opened up the squeaky door and then it came light. This must have been an old church house once upon a time. Dirty, dusty wooden pews, a pulpit that still was there. A Bible laid upon it, though the pages weren't that good. An offering plate and songbooks, too, were lying on the floor. They must have left this old church real fast the day they closed these doors. Over in the corner, a piano was still there. It must have been played pretty tune, but I guess nobody cared. So little Bill looked up at Tommy, and Tommy looked at Bill. Why don't we clean up this church and get these old pews filled? They took a rag and wiped the dust and tried to make things shine. Then they took the offering plate and put in their last dime. They took a broom and swept the floor and picked up the broken glass. They got it all so nice and neat, and then they mowed the grass. They lifted up the old church sign and stood it by a tree, right down by the old dirt road where everyone would see. They ran back home to find Daddy was gone, but Mama was inside. Just to find her hurt again where Daddy had made her cry. Don't cry, Mama. Wipe those tears. 'Cause we have a big surprise for you just down the road a mile. Hand in hand, they tugged at her until they made her run. What is it, Bill? Oh, Tommy, what have you two boys done? And then they came upon the house, once hidden by the weeds, and there it stood, a country church, just like it used to be. What is it, Mother? What's with your tears? We thought this would bring you joy. Yes, but hush, kids, now. Listen close. They both got quiet and stood real still for the words they heard so true. Was Daddy praying in the church with his head bowed on the pew? Forgive me, Lord, though I'm not worthy of your love. Shine down on this sinner, sweet salvation from above. For I've been out in the world, you know, living my life all wrong, until I came upon this church, the place where I belong. I never noticed it before, all these times I passed it up. I guess I wasn't looking, Lord, or maybe I was drunk. Oh, Lord, bless the ones who made me see this little church that used to hide behind all these tall weeds. And then he raised his head and stood with his hands high up in the air to find two dirty, tear-faced boys with Mama standing by their side. They ran up to him and hugged him tight as their tears fell on the floor. Don't worry, kids. I'm not the dad the one you've known before. Things are going to be different for us now. So keep on those pretty little smiles and let's go gather some people to walk down these church aisles. Then Bill looked up at Tommy, and Tommy looked up at Bill and said, Come on, little brother, let's get to work to get these old church pews filled. For we need no special blessing for this church of cleaning up this church, 'cause God gave us back our daddy, and that's more than gold is worth. Sunday morning the pews was all filled and smiles on every face, especially two little country boys, the ones who found this place. Though it was hid back in the weeds so far out of sight, nothing's ever hard to find if you're walking towards God's light. You may have lost your added strength, your courage to renew. Do not be disheartened, for I have news for you. It is no secret what God can do. See what He's done for others, He can also do for you. what God can do for you.
God, I love you. God, I need you. Would you find a way to stay close today? If I walk a little softer, and if I try much harder to see your face in everything today, will you stay a little closer so I can hear you if you whisper? Would you find a way to stay close today? God, I love you. God, I need you. Would you find a way to stay close today? God, I love you. God, I need you. Would you find a way to stay right close today? Lord, you've been so good and kindly, but if today you choose to leave me, I'd have to give you honor all my days. You straightened every crooked byway, and if you leave me on your pathway, would you find a way to stay right close today? God, I love you. God, I need you. Would you find a way to stay close today? God, I love you. God, I need you. Would you find a way to stay close today? Would you find a way to stay